Last update, Joel Verlin behind the microphone is everything is final other than Sunday night football and Monday night football still to come, of course. And oh boy, late slate was even more wild and crazy than the early slate. And of course, just going through some of these scores, we already talked about some of these games earlier, but but including the late scores now that we haven't talked about, the Colts with Grandpa Philip Rivers manages to not upset the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks hang on, win 18-16. Of course, Josh Downs for the Colts. Touchdown saves his fantasy day, but just 13 yards. One of those ugly fantasy days, and Sam Darnold in the win. 271 passing yards as just, yeah, 271 passing yards, zero interceptions, but also zero touchdowns. So sort of a PPR volume kind of day, but not real sexy in a fantasy kind of way. But yeah, then of course, yeah, San Francisco getting by surprising Titans, 24 Titans by 37 for the San Francisco 49er. Brock Purdy, 295 passing yards, three passing touchdowns, and in the loss, Cam Ward, respectable, 170 passing yards, two passing touchdowns. But yeah, down go the Titans yet again. But hey, at least they were competitive. And how about this? Thank you to the New Orleans Saints beating the Carolina Panthers 22-17, showing don't underestimate these Saints. Tyler Shock doing again, 272 passing yards, one passing touchdown. Bryce Young in the loss, 163 passing yards, one passing touchdown. And yeah, Neil, if you were banking on him for the fantasy playoffs to take over until Alvin Kamara returns, whatever that is, yeah, Neil went down with an injury. So, oh boy, and of course, Rams, you thought the Detroit Lions would keep pace. They did, but just the Rams are that much better of a team, beating the Lions 41-34. Jared Goff in the loss, 338 passing yards, three passing touchdowns, had a pretty nice fantasy day. Matthew Stafford in the dub, 368 passing yards, two passing touchdowns, and yeah, JMO had a little celebration in there where he was racing Jameer Gibbs. But yeah, oh boy, yeah, Lions probably wish they had Branch there. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Branch, wrong Branch. I'm sorry, but yeah. So 41-34, and the Rams, yeah, they clinched the playoffs, and they're still pretty good. And then of course the grassy Perna Bowl. Brandon Perna gets the gloat. Tough game, 34-26. Josh Jacobs, 73 rushing yards, one rushing touchdown, one receiving touchdown. Yeah, you're happy if you decided to roll with him despite the questionable status and the game time decision status. And how about Bo Nix, 302 passing yards, four. There are four touchdowns in the win. Boom shakalaka, of course, the bad news from this game. Micah Parsons non-contact tear, believed to be a dreaded ACL, believed. Not a good day for superstars. Happened. Oof. Tough for Parsons, tough for the Packers going forward as they have playoff aspirations. Just have to see what the team does when you just have a brutal injury like this. You also had Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs losing the Chargers, their dynasty ended, and Patrick Mahomes had a brutal knee injury that, anytime Andy Reid says this doesn't look good, that means it ain't good. And wait to see what the MRI reveals, not only for Patrick Mahomes, but also for Micah Parsons. He had some other notable injuries. Puka Nakua banged up by Saul. Bam Knight was carted off. And even Devontae Adams. So some definite names to keep in mind as the fantasy playoffs chug on in December. It's always brutal with the weather, brutal with the cold, brutal with the injuries, and oh boy, just the hits keep coming. But two of the biggest names have to be Patrick Mahomes. Not only is the dynasty ended, Flying Ryan actually pointed this out to me that the curse wheel was had a bonus spin on the Chiefs as well as cursing the Steelers. So, yikes. But main two injuries, Patrick Mahomes, brutal knee injuries, probably going to be Minshew Mania the rest of the way, and also Micah Parsons for the Packers, non-contact injury, might be an ACL tear. Ouch. Two superstars, two very bad injuries that you never like to see. But early games in the book, late games in the book. Now it's just waiting all day for Sunday night, and then that Vikings and Cowboys. See if the Cowboys defense can withstand a little Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison with the nine back. Is he really back? And then, of course, Monday night, the Dolphins travel to the. I'm sure some of the tundra will be frozen up in Heinz Field. Yeah, I know. Dolphins end up doing well against the Jets. Total different story. A whole lot colder. So, once again, main story from the late window Micah Parsons non contact injury, believed to be the dreaded ACL. Ouch. Yeah, anytime you see the replay, you're just like, ooh, 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 ooh. And he knew right away. Brutal. One light, lone, bright spot in the late window. Gotta throw out a little positivity. Not a positivity rabbit or a bunny, but I gotta hop a little positivity out there. The Saints, thank you. Thank you, Saints, for beating the Panthers now. Next week, Bucks, don't bleep this up. Just remember, Mike Evans on the 3rd and 28, how pissed off he was. We don't want to see Mike that pissed off next week. We need a win. Come on, Bucks. We know you got it in you. Even with that defense, we know you got it in you. All right. That's it for me. And like I said, that's probably, I know I keep saying, unless something really super big, but this is it. I'll yak about what happened on Sunday Night Football tomorrow as we look ahead to Monday Night Football to see if Ryan's Fish have any chance and any hope in the Steel City. We shall see. Have a awesome and safe rest of your Sunday, and I'm Joel Verlin.